Hello children. Today I'm going to discuss about the topic article writing. Article writing is, as you know, the name says, it is something related to the writing and grammar section. Now, basically, why do you think we need articles? Why do you think we need to write the articles? Well, simply an article is actually a piece of writing which gives the information or some kind of a news to a vast media. Now it can be put on the internet, it can be put or conveyed through the print media also. Something that you need to convey to other people through two ways. One is our media, that is media by print. Something that you write an article and you get it printed. That is one way. Another way is the internet medium. The internet medium is, again, there are different ways in which we can put it up on the internet. The next thing that we need to know about article writing is the basic purpose of writing an article. What is the purpose of our writing the article? Let's see. Basically, the purpose for writing an article is creating news related to academics, the analysis of certain things. That means the reasons why something happened, how it happened, that kind of an analysis. You have after the analysis, you can also talk about a debate or a research, some research which has been done. You can talk about that also. So basic purpose is for creating news. This is for creating some kind of news or analysis of certain things, or something regarding academics. Now some details about the academics, and furthermore we can also use it for some kind of a debate and research. Right. Now when we want to talk about some research which has happened or something we want to convey to a mass media or number of people together, then we can do it through the article writing process. Okay, now furthermore we need to see what exactly do we need for an article writing. This was the purpose, and now we need to see what is the requirements of article writing. So it requires, what all does it require? A quick the first point that it requires is a high degree of creativity. Okay, our first point that is required here is a high degree of creativity. Now if you see high degree of creativity, so far when you people had been writing your paragraphs, maybe to a great extent the creativity was not required. You could have written it in a quite normal, words could have been used absolutely normally, but here for article writing we need a high degree of your creativity has to come out there. Secondly, we have rich vocabulary. We are supposed to have a rich vocabulary. I hope that's very, very clear. That means rich words, good words are used for article writing. The better the words you use, the better your article is presented in. Third, the last but not the least, we have good grammatical skills are required. Good grammatical skills are required. See, all these things are required for writing a very, very good article. What are the things? High degree of creativity, rich vocabulary, good grammatical skills, and all these are they are accomplished or they are achieved by, how are they achieved? Let's see. They are achieved by the following ways. Let's see what the following ways are. The first thing that we require for achieving these, for getting these things, is the knowledge of the topic. That is very important. This is a point which is very, very important, knowledge of the topic. Okay. Now, this is one criteria which is required. Second thing that is required is the ability to research. Ability to research. I missed out a letter there. The ability to research over something, the research and organize, that is also important. Research and organize. These two things are very important, are very necessary to have a good presentation of an article. What are the requirements for a good article? High degree of creativity, rich vocabulary, good grammatical skills. And how are these three achieved? If we see, all these three can be achieved in a very easy way if we use these two things. If we have these two things, we can achieve these three things, and if we get these three things, I am sure your article is going to be the best one. So what did we see so far? An article writing is a piece of writing published in print or on the internet medium. Now, what all is required for an article writing? High degree of creativity, rich vocabulary, good grammatical skills. And how are these achieved? They are achieved basically if we have these two things. That is, if we have the knowledge of the topic, we are going to get it very easily. Secondly, if we have the ability to research and organize. You research, you collect a lot of information about the topic and you organize it in a proper way. Not the last point on the top part and the top one in the middle. So you have to organize it in such a beautiful way that it shows your creativity, right? So these are basically the requirements, and the way to achieve those requirements are the whole thing mentioned here. Okay, articles are written for a wider audience. Why do we need the articles? Well, basically, we need the articles for a huge number of people to read them. When you want to show some analysis, you want to show some, you want to come up with some kind of a debate or some research work, then you have to spread the information to a wider audience. So that can be done by article writing. So now article writing, since it's for a huge number of people, for a wide audience, what happens is it acts as a channel of public opinions. It is according to my opinion, I felt this and I wrote on that. So it was more on my public opinion which was shown. So the writer needs to be very, very focused on the topic. That is something very crucial. When we need to put up some article, you have to be very focused on your topic. It's not that you want to talk about some very important thing, but you're discussing about some other thing completely. So that becomes out of the topic. Suppose we talk about education in today's world, or let's talk about education in the pandemic time. And when we are talking about education, but we'll end up talking about the corona disease or the problems faced by corona. So that becomes a different topic. You have to focus on the education part of it, right? So that is going to be a very, very crucial part. If you are off your focus, if you are off the track, then that does not present a good article at all. Okay, let's move further to see what are the points that we need to remember when we write an article. Points to remember when we need to write an article. Well, there are a number of points that are required. First point, okay, let's see. Let me just put this up for you. Points to remember. Our first important point that is required for an article writing is always Now you have to study the given topic. Always study the given topic. Whatever topic has been given to you, you have to study about it very thoroughly. You have to assemble a lot of points for that. You have to research on that topic which is given and then write, organize and then write it. So the first important point here is always study the given topic or informations. Okay, your topics or your informations further, or you have to study your notes or notes. Now these are the things which have to be studied very carefully. Right, so basically these are the points that are very important for you to begin writing an article. What is it? Always study the topic, the informations given or the notes very, very carefully. Our second point is arrange them in a systematic order. Arrange them. Now arrange what? The points and the information that you gather. Arrange them in a systematic order. That is the second most important point here. After collecting the information, we need to arrange them in a systematic order. Third thing is we have to develop each point. Whatever we've gathered, we have to develop each point in a single. We have to gather and put them, we have to develop them into a single, grammatically correct what? Sentence. Now, unless and until we frame our points into sentences, we cannot grammatically correct sentence and language. We need a proper language for that also. Grammatically correct sentence and language. That is another important thing. Collecting the right words. You have to be very careful with that also. Okay, so far so good. Let me go to the next point where we will be discussing what further is important for writing our article writing. Our next point is your article must be present. Your article must be present. It should be present. It should present your ideas. Present your ideas in related and these are the different things which are required when we are actually writing an article. This is important, related and logical manner, and in a logical manner. Now, why do you think it is required in a logical manner? Because if you think you're writing on something and that doesn't make sense, then what is the point of writing it? So it has to be logically very, very correct. Further, the next point that we require for a good article writing is develop your ideas into 2 or 4 paragraphs. You can develop your ideas, or you can put your ideas in 2 to 4 paragraphs. Please omit my handwriting, that is going very, very fast, though I'm very sure you are able to understand it very carefully. So you can put up your article writing in around 2 to 4 paragraphs as required. You can change your paragraphs as per your ideas. The next point that is important here is that we have to confine or limit ourselves. You have to limit yourself there to the word limit or to the topic which is given. Limit yourself to the topic. If you remember, I told you you have to be very, very focused with your article writing. So that is one crucial point here, which is very important, is that you have to limit to your topic only. You cannot divert away from your topic. Like at times what happens in paragraph writing, when you're discussing about something, you talk about something else, add it up here and then back again. But here specifically for article writing, you have to stick to the topic very, very thoroughly. You cannot move off the topic at all. Now, the last but not the least, you have been given a word limit. So you have to maintain that word limit. You have to maintain the word limit. Now your question will always have a word limit. Write in so many words on an article or something related topic or information will be given to you. And in so many words, whatever your word limit, it will be mentioned to you and you are going to maintain that word limit, which is going to be very, very important. Now, we've understood what are the important points which are required. We've understood the purpose, what is an article, what is the purpose of article writing. Further, we've also done the points that we should remember for writing a good article. Now coming down to writing an article. Basically, when we need to write an article, what is the format of writing an article? That's very, very simple. I'm going to give you the format of the article. This is your page, right? The entire page. Let's not count this top part of it, the heading. Let's skip that. Let's just leave that. Our page begins from here. Okay. Now, whatever your article is, you are going to give a heading to your article. A heading for your article is very important. Unless and until you give a heading, we don't know what you're talking about. What is the main focus of your discussion in your article? So that is something which is very, very important there. Under the heading is going to be the name of the writer. Like suppose I am going to write the article, something, I've given a heading to it, and then it's going to be my name just under the heading. That's it. And then finally you can begin your article writing, whatever it is. Whatever related to the topic, you can just begin. You want to change a paragraph, you can leave a line, go to the next paragraph and continue your writing. If you have all these points that I've just mentioned to you, write in your head, and if you use them correctly, I'm very sure you will be able to put out a wonderful article. You're going to be able to write a wonderful article for yourself. You have to be grammatically very good. You have to be good with your vocabulary also. All the very best. I'm sure you can do wonderful creative work with your article writing. Thank you, children.